Nice music. This is the basic structure balloon, the body, of course. You can see that.
Yes.
No big deal here.
That's the 69 model, isn't it? 70s will be out next year.
Okay. Now, needless to say, well, here I have to go over here because I've been mixed up a little bit.
I don't think anything is needless. Anything is needless to say at this point. We need every bit of information we can get.
Now, here, you have the... This, by the way, I don't know whether you can tell right off, is the tail.
That's the tail?
This will be the start of the tail, of course. I hope that you can see. Can you see out there? I hope that you can understand. So
You broke your tail, fellas.
We have what we call this the recovery.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure that I'll get it this time.
Do you live alone,
Hurry.
sir? No, I mean, it would be nice to say, Mabel, get up and tie my tail on.
All right, here it is, the final structure. Here, hope you all know what this is. That's it. You have here. See, I don't know, you see that? All right. I think you can see that. That's the tail. You see? Can you see this?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Bill Morrison. Thank you. We'll go from here in Atlantic City clear to Jones Beach in about 20 minutes. We'll put you right in there, George. That's all right.
That was so cute, that balloon business. It's the, remind me not to say that again.
I never know whether these guys are legit.
No, but he's very funny. He got a very keen sense of humor with it.
No, they just shot him backstage.
I trust that is him and not the Egyptians.
It may be an invasion at that.
You know, you suppose he'll be here till June?
Either that's the stagehands putting his stuff away or he's killing himself back there. I don't know what.
Yeah, well, you've got it. That's yeah. Well, there's a copy of that, and it is. Although at the time I knew, I felt as though that you were annoyed. The bit was going on a little bit too long.
I feigned annoyance.
Oh, that's one.
How many other, Mr. Pete, how many other comedians do you know who use words like feigned?
3. And they're all dead. So
Right,
it's yours.
so I got it all to myself. The great feigner.
Well, you are a great feigner, and you're a great hauteur coutrie, or whatever I noticed you used in your book, this mystery book that you've written, your 29th book, I believe, Steve. But you use expressions in here which are typically
Yes.
Alanisms.
I use many expressions, including this one.
And I'll use this expression because I'll leave you to have your show. In fact,
Ladies
I'll
and gentlemen,
feign out of here.
It's a cameo, a vignette
Yet.
by none other. You are none other, aren't you?
None other, and I will never be another.
Mr. Pete.
But let me get out of your way.
No, that's quite all right. All I'm thinking about is, of course, things are going downhill immediately, and I've lost control of it, and you
No.
guys are funnier than
In a
I
minute
am.
you'll
and,
have control.
What's new, Bill? There's
and
lots of
this,
control. What's new? Pussycat, I'm out of here. Pleasure.
Pete, great to see you.
Have a good talk.
Yeah.
Or try to have a good talk.
Say hello to Mrs. Pete.
I will, if I can find her.
This is Walter Winchell, your Woodbury hand cream reporter, wearing my old hat. Hiya, Bill.
Howdy, Steve. It's of course a due honor, and eventually I'll realize that that it's come due.
That's right.
Now, of course, it hasn't.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if many people watching right now understand that Bill Morrison is the original Steve Martin. I mean, balloons, white hair, and all.
you notice how I respond to that?
Yes, total
It's,
blankness.
It's just always
You
offensive
feigned
to me.
apathy.
I feign apathy. Yes, it's a favorite word of yours. Apathy.
Well, only
by the
today.
way.
I never used it before in my life.
Well, I see. I have a clip of you where you used apathy.
Feigning again?
No, feigning. Well, it's your announcement of Stephen L. Stevens, I think, as a matter of fact, which is
I
upcoming.
see.
A
So
little
this
bit.
is, I'm in a clip joint. That's the size of it.
And you love every collector's item of it. I know that because anything that's yours, particularly, which you have built a huge monument to Stephen.
To myself.
Yes, and it's a marvelous thing. We're all working for that here ourselves, and I know it's way too late for me. And I tell you why. I've watched these clips. I mean, I know what the reason for is, Steve. I really had no act to begin with much. The only thing is you were running short. You needed some people, and you brought me on. It was the freak side of your show.
You were on the show quite a few times, as I recall.
Yeah, you invited me back.
And it was always a great spot, too, because Bill would appear to louse up things, and the audience would sense my feigned frustration, and it added up to a great deal of hand-waving.
Yes, to work with you is it's been a joy because of my looking at you over the years when I was first starting to turn on television.
Ah, well, some people get turned on by different things. If you get turned on by
it's
television.
a bane, if you will, on me, and I think it's repugnant, and I think that to be involved with the wasteland, even as a mediocre and low-level position as I am on public access, which wastes everybody's time, we know that, and you've been doing it for years and years and years and getting away with it.
One of the great wasters. I have laid waste a generation of, what was Allen Ginsberg's poem, Howl. The best minds of my generation are over on Olympic Boulevard. Anyway, what can I do for you now that I'm in this peculiar setting?
I don't know why they're over on Olympic Boulevard, though. That's what.
It was a figure of speech. Nothing was happening, so I figured I'd make a speech.
Why did you bring Olympic Boulevard rather than, let's say, Santa Monica, or even go into another country?
I never have understood my own creativity. It's simply flowers.
You know.
And madam.
The.
Well, there's an act, a guy that works with a fake person, Waylon Flowers and Jennings, or I don't know what it is.
Yes, God bless him. God bless him. Well, it's just, I tell you, I've always been attracted to Elmer Fudd. That's the thing about it. It's those cartoons too. You know, you get so traditional in terms of what you take into yourself that you like to deal with. Which, if you're coming off of television like you are, Steve, you're the champ at it. That's the thing.
Oh, I've come off television many times.
Yes, and that in itself indicates how crazy a masturbatory significance television has become for those people who become involved with it, actually producing it, such as yourself. Not only that, being the monument itself practically, in terms of talk shows.
There aren't too many talk show terms that anybody remembers. There are such terms as "We'll be right back" and "Who's our next guest, Bob?" Those are just two of the